Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Watson and welcome to another episode of Watson's Road to Glory. Now it turns out last week it was pointed out to me that I had been saying that I was playing the weekend league and I'm not quite there yet, but I'm pretty sure you already knew that. So instead I was actually doing division rivals and that is what I'm going to be carrying on this time. So here's the team. We've got Artur in net, we've got João Cancelo at right back, Thiago Silva at centre back, Fernandinho at centre back, and Alex Telles at left back. In midfield, we've got Gundogan and Rodri, and we've got Lozano on the right wing, and Vinicius Jr. on the left wing, with Jimenez and Rodrigo up front. So this was our first game against a club called Santa Claus.
Thank you, Derek. Always my favourite.
And we got off to a positive start. Rodrigo had a good effort there that was saved well. Something that is a big problem is giving the ball away cheaply, which, you know, isn't good. Rodri managed to win the ball back that time. And the 4-2-4 formation is one that was actually recommended. And so far, it seemed to be quite a promising setup. But we still weren't controlling the game, as you can see. There were issues with I was giving the ball away, and then that happened, which was just absolutely ridiculous. So we shot ourselves in the foot there with Fernandinho giving the ball away. And then things just went from bad to worse. Then João Felix broke away, couldn't catch him, and it was 2-0 incredibly quickly after the first one.
Goalkeepers live a charmed life at times, but that was just brilliant. Really, really good goalkeeping.
So then Vinicius Jr. picked it up on the left wing and whipped it into the box. And somehow the ball fell to Gundogan and we managed to pull one back. It was 2-1. There was hope. And then, right after that, another effort, but just couldn't quite get the shot away properly. And the other team managed to counter-attack. And again, they killed us for pace, they killed us for movement. And we conceded again. 3-1. Poor distribution again, so another unforced error. And it was 4-1. So in the second half, things didn't get much brighter, to be completely honest. We gave away a penalty. Thiago Silva, the culprit there. 5-1. Now, I tweaked the formation and some of the tactics to try and give us a bit more control in the game. Rodrigo managed to pull one back, so it's 5-2 with 20 minutes left. I noticed the keeper kept coming off the line, so in stoppage time I had this effort, which was cleared off the line, and then Rodri just hit it straight at the keeper, and that was the end. So the game ended 5-2, so first game of the weekend was a defeat, which was a bit upsetting, but we power on. So this was our second game against Arachon AC. I don't know how you say it. And something that became a bit of a theme this weekend was that, well, we conceded first. So that's what happened here. So within 5 minutes, we were 1-0 down. Gave the ball away there, and, you know, we had an opportunity, but I couldn't quite chip the ball in to an attacking player. But then Rodri with an amazing slide tackle there. Rodri plays it in. And again, we just can't get the shot away. Something I was realising was that we didn't have much happening in midfield. And if you want to control a game, you need to have control in midfield. And we only had 2 players in there, which was causing us huge problems. And as you can see there, 2-0. And then moments later, they were coming forward again. And somehow, it was yet another penalty. And that's something I have to say. Some of the penalties are overwhelmingly soft in this game. Like, he gives a penalty for anything. And Aubameyang scored. It was 3-0 and an absolute disaster. But then Gundogan played a nice ball through to Tellez, whose shot was saved, but it fell right to Raul Jimenez, who buried it. 3-1. Something of a lifeline. We started to gain a bit of control and apply the pressure. Jimenez played a ball to Gundogan, back to Jimenez, to Rodrigo, who then put that away. So then it was 3-2 and the comeback was looking on. And then an awful pass at the back and a quick 1-2 between Rodrigo and Jimenez, and we pulled it back to 3-3, all before half-time. An unlikely recovery, but we were back level again. And again, Rodrigo was played through, and we took the lead. It was 4-3, so it was an absolutely incredible comeback that literally happened within the space of about 10 to 15 game minutes. So then in the second half, again, we started how we meant to carry on. We put on the pressure straight away, whipped the ball into Vinicius Jr., and Teixeira bagged a goal there. 5-3. The other team had absolutely fallen to pieces. And of course, they left. 5-3 was the final result. So then we played Dream 1, which is an interesting name. And as has happened many times before, we conceded first. Deceived by nice footwork there. Rodrigo there, carrying an injury. Now, this is what I don't quite understand. We lost connection, and we'd only been playing for a little while, and it still went down as a loss, which I just thought wasn't fair. So I'm not actually going to count that, because, you know, that's not fair at all. Anything could have happened in that game. So we move on to this game, and yep, we conceded first. It's like it takes a little while for the team to actually warm up and to actually get going. If they ever get going at all. So here was some nice 1-2 link-up play. Gundogan here, coming to the box, plays it to Rodrigo, and we equalised fairly quickly after conceding. Good stuff. Great ball play through to Rodrigo, and Rodrigo is such a clinical finisher. He was never going to miss that. 2-1, we turned it around within a few minutes. The question now was, could we keep the lead? Just missed that header. It was defended over the bar for another corner. And we got another one. 3-1.
Now what can they do from here? Terrific block there. Suarez.
And would you believe it? Another penalty. That one was more Stonewall, but
That could be his final report, I think, and the referee's making that absolutely clear. I like that, Derek. Good refereeing. Nice and strong. Told the player exactly what he was thinking. Well, the
keeper made the save, and Cancelo managed to get the ball away to Rodri, and then Tellez stormed forward. Some nice link up. Rodri again charging forward. The other team getting desperate. Plays the ball across to Jimenez. And there we go. It was 4-1. So from missing a penalty at one end to conceding at the other, if I was that other team, that player, I would have been pretty miffed. But we weren't done there, because Lozano played a lovely ball through to Rodrigo. The keeper comes off the line. He dinks it in. And Gundogan buries it, 5-1 before half-time. And Jimenez was charging forward. And he played Rodrigo through, and then the ref blew half-time. And I would be having a word with the referee if that was a real game, because we had an opportunity there, even though we were 5-1 up. Still, every goal counts. We started the second half, just like we ended the first one. Absolutely blistering.
Rodri. It's still alive.
Rodri there with the shot. The keeper saved it. We did manage to get another one, although it didn't count because it was offside. But I don't think he knew that, this opponent, or she. And they left, so it went down as a 5-1 victory. So then we move on to game 5.
Wait for this lead. Yeah, the talking is over. The game plans are set. Now it's up to the players.
And we made a quick start.
There's nothing the managers
Probably
can do.
motivated from our last game, but
I think, Derek, we're
couldn't quite get the shot away. But we managed to tackle, win the ball back fairly quickly. And then we actually got a penalty. Who'd have thought? It's the first time for everything, eh? So here we had Jimenez. And I thought, okay, let's go bottom left. Place it in there. And the keeper saved it. Fairly tragic. But that didn't stop us in our pursuit for an opening goal. And Jimenez dinked it in, but the keeper saved it. And really, we should have been scoring that. But we won the ball back fairly quickly. It was cleared, we got it back again. Relentless pressure. It was just so crowded in the box, it was so difficult to actually get a proper shot off on goal without it just being blocked. But then a great ball over to the wing to Vinicius Jr., who's charging into the box. And then he saved it. And as it was being saved, he was wiped out. So it was another penalty. And not wanting to repeat the mistake of the first penalty, I just thought I'd risk going straight down the middle. And this time we got the goal. 1-0. Jimenez scores the penalty. Nice. And he does a little chicken dance there. I'm not quite sure what Artur was thinking there. Just decided to, I don't know. Anyway, it actually set up an attack. Jimenez with a good shot, which the keeper pushed out for a corner. So maybe Artur knew what he was doing all along. But that lead didn't last too much longer. We conceded 1-1. We intercepted a pass across the field there from, well, Cancelo won it. And then we played it up to Gundogan, Jimenez, to Rodrigo, who then managed to find Jimenez, who slotted it past the goalkeeper, bottom right. Lead restored, 2-1. Again, some nice play, nice 1-2. Vinicius Jr. dancing forward. And then Jimenez, who was saved, and Rodrigo buried the rebound from the keeper. It was 3-1, and we had a bit of daylight between us and the opposition. In the second half, he had a shot at the keeper. Artur saved it and quickly threw it out. And we tried to get a bit of a counter-attack going, but then Rodri played a horrific pass straight to them, which we managed to win back. And we had a lot of space on the right wing. Lozano came into the box, charged in, found Rodrigo, and the shot was blocked. They played it out, and they left. 3-1 victory. Just say a prayer with me. Don't wanna preach. Oh, sorry. Anyway, in this game, 10 minutes in, Jimenez with a low shot, which the keeper saved and parried out. And another attack was kind of cancelled out. But a fantastic tackle there. I was really starting to get the hang of tackling. And Rodrigo had an effort there, which was pushed again out for a corner.
Yeah, that's what they do. Look at that save, a brilliant effort.
That was close. I almost thought that he'd headed it into his own net, a bit of a diving header. But then, from the resulting corner, we buried that one. So I think it was Jimenez who scored. Yeah, it was. A brilliant header into the ground. So it was 1-0. We'd actually gone a couple of games without conceding first. So Gundogan really should have been scoring there, but I suppose they defended well. And there was a confident header back to Artur. Coming up to 30 minutes, and we had the ball in the opposition's half. Gundogan plays it to the wing, and Tellez. And then Jimenez back to Gundogan, who then played it across to Lozano, who buried it. That was a lovely goal. Some great first-time passing, great movement, and a lovely finish. 2-0. Unfortunately, it didn't stay that way. Some poor defending and a sweaty finish there. Made it 2-1.
Good defending to stop a decent-looking attack.
But then we won it back on the halfway line. Rodrigo through to Jimenez. Jimenez, some nice tricky feet, and he smashed it into the far left. 3-1, and some breathing space again. Now, we obviously lost a bit of concentration before half-time because a very, very straightforward ball took out our entire defence, and Gabriel Jesus managed to pull one back again. So it was 3-2 at this point. And really frustratingly, they then equalised. It was a nice finish, but really, really poor. We should not have been conceding a goal like that. Anyway, we battled to try and get in the lead again. Richarlison with the shot there, which was saved. We had another opportunity at the corner, which was headed clear. And at this point, we were pushing everything we had forward to try and get something out of this game, because we had been leading it, and it would be a real shame to lose it. So we played the ball through to Richarlison, who scored, but he was offside, and it was literally millimetres he was offside. Horrendous. I didn't think VAR was on FIFA. And then, can you believe it? We absolutely fell apart right at the end, and Jesus got what turned out to be the winning goal. So we got defeated in that one, 4-3, mainly because of our own fault and the fact that I completely forgot how to defend. So next we played next.
Yeah, Derek, cracking atmosphere as usual here. That will lead to a nervy, energetic start.
Their kit is completely pink, which is somewhat obnoxious, but, you know, I made them pay for it by scoring first. Jimenez with a typical slotted finish into the bottom corner. Henderson gave the ball away on the halfway line, and we managed to get the ball up to Jimenez, who, some nice tricky footwork, then played in Rodrigo, who dinked it over the keeper, 2-0. And he decided to go and have a fight with a corner flag.
He's denied a certain goal there. Great reflexes from the keeper. Already closing him down here.
So we managed to break away with Tellez, who got the ball to Vinicius Jr., to Gundogan, to Jimenez, back to Vinicius Jr., who charged down the left, cut into the box, and put it through the keeper's legs. 3-0, 30 minutes.
Showing excellent vision.
And again, as you can see, absolutely outpaced. 3-1. Just before half-time, Vinicius Jr. got it, chipped it in. There was a save there from the keeper. Came very, very close to getting a fourth goal. But then, again, our defenders committed. Keeper came off his line too early, dinked it over 3-2. So again, we were really, at this point, at risk of completely collapsing again like we did in the last game. And that's exactly what happened. Within the space of 5 minutes, we completely threw away a 2-goal lead, which was just infuriating. Keeper made a great save, which we then managed to counter from. Up to Jimenez, Vinicius Jr. found some space on the left wing. And he is a fast little guy. Charging into the box, cutting inside, and then he got taken out in the box. Penalty. So I thought, let's try and get it as close into the corner as possible. And of course the keeper saved it, because I didn't change direction of it, even though the keeper was standing right there. Anyway, we intercepted another pass and charged forward just before the 70th minute with Rodrigo to Jimenez, back to Rodrigo, who smashed it in. 4-3, back in the lead. Get in.
Too much space was given to him. He takes the shot on. Sissoko. Joshua Kimmich.
Rodri with a fantastic block there in the middle of the park. He dinked it over. Didn't quite make the pass, but it came back to him and he managed to have another go. Got it to Pepe, who dinked it across. And Jimenez, 5-3. With 15 minutes left. So we're in a comfortable position. Tellez there with a great interception. And they must have gone all out attack because the gaps really started to appear. So Pepe here is charging forward, plays it into Jimenez, and Jimenez takes it around the keeper and puts it away. 6-3. This one was in the bag.
It's a good finish and a richly deserved hat-trick. It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now.
Jimenez there just completely turned the defence. Charging into the box. And would you believe it? Yet another penalty. The question was this time, where was I going to go? So again, it seems like the safest bet is to just go down the middle. So a nice little dink there. A chip into the middle of the goal. And it was 7-3. Were we finished? Not quite. Hulk picked it up on the right wing. Stormed forward. And he did lose the ball. But then the keeper decided to, I guess, I don't really know, to be honest. But okay, it ended 8-3 with a crazy own goal from De Gea. And we move on to game 8.
This is how it looks for the home side. David De Gea starts in goal. Gareth Bale plays with Heung-min Son in the wide position.
Now we could already see that they were going to be very, very difficult to defend against. They have Aguero, they have Heung-min Son. And they scored first, which was frustrating. Back to our old ways again. But then we managed to win the ball in their half. Jimenez coming forward, plays it through to Gundogan, who dinked it back to Jimenez, who got an equaliser. Capitalising on mistakes and counter-attacking really well. And then in the second half, Jimenez came charging through and he tried to dink it over De Gea. I'm not sure why. From there, don't quite know what I was thinking. But then the keeper decided to just pass the ball to Rodrigo, who just smashed it first time, and it was 2-1. So a nice assist there from the keeper. Again, we had an absolute calamitous bit of defending. Our defender and our goalkeeper decided to take each other out, and it was 2-2. And then Jesus charging forward, Aguero waiting, but it was blocked And then Son picked it up, and I've got to admit that was a class finish. But a punch in the gut, because it was now 3-2, and then 4-2. And then, yep, 5-2. We managed to pull one back through Mahrez to 5-3. Setting up a possible comeback. And then we managed to get another one with 8 minutes left. 5-4. Could we come back and equalise? No, we couldn't. It ended 5-4. So, game 9, playing FC Haman. Whatever. I don't know. Anyway. So, again, positive start. Rodrigo scoring within the first 10 minutes. Was it to last? Nope. Just before 30 minutes, they managed to equalise. And then they took the lead. Well, of course they did, because I can't defend. 2-1. Gundogan here had the ball to Jimenez, who charged forward, kept going, and he buried it with a lovely strike with his left foot that curled around the keeper into the top right corner. 2-2.
Here's Gabriel Jesus. He's in behind.
3-2 down. Sorry, nope. Make that 4-2. Disastrous. Disastrous defending. We had a minute left, and Mahrez came forward. Teixeira managed to pull one back, 4-3. Yeah, the commentator thought there might have been a comeback, but he was wrong. 4-3 is what it ended. Another defeat. And then our final game, PK Blinders. Love a pun.
Targets available, cross comes in.
And Ronaldo scored. 1-0. No matter how much we pressed and no matter how much I changed the tactics, they just had far too much pace, far too much control. They almost got another one, and that would have been some goal, let me tell you, from Bale. Whew, on the volley. Fired that one in.
Ronaldo on the ball.
Tried to even take Ronaldo out there, but he just danced past, squared it for whoever that was, and they scored. And then look at this. I mean, look at the state of that defending. We might as well have just sat down and read a magazine. 3-0. 4-0. We did manage to get on the score sheet through Jimenez, who somehow managed to power forward and put that away. But our joy did not last long, because Giroud made it 5. So still a bit of work to do. We managed to get a second through Rodri with a lovely strike there. But maybe he should have just maybe he should have just ended the game, because then Fernandinho gave away a penalty. Got himself sent off. And we conceded the penalty, of course. And it was 6-2, and that's what it ended. And that is how our final game ended. But we still have a lot of work to do in terms of defence. I'm going to be playing a few games during the week to try and get up our ranking. And so next week's video, The team might be slightly different, but of course I will talk you through it at the beginning. Any tips or hints or advice or players you think I should maybe go after, please feel free to leave that in the comments. You probably know a lot more about it than I do. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and why not subscribe if you haven't, so that you don't miss any future videos from me, whether that's FIFA, Among Us, or anything else. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.